good morning. Welcome to this month's Flower Club here at Flowers by Catherine. This month's bunch that you'll be receiving are these gorgeous blooms, and I will run you through what's in there as we usually do, and we'll also be arranging them as a hand-tied bouquet and popping them into one of these gorgeous vases. So these are new in. Got these in, I think it was last week. Perfect vases really for any arrangement, but also you could have it on your Christmas table. You could put candles in it and just put a little garland or something around it as well. So really versatile vase. I do love a versatile vase. So running you through what we've got. So you've got this gorgeous skimia, lovely long stems, and these beautiful lime green buds on them. So they're great to use in arrangements because they've got this gorgeous glossy green foliage, and you've got the texture as well, and you see that pop of lime green, and you've got multiple stems. So if you are doing bud vases or you've got a smaller vase that you're using, these are great. If you're doing a hand-tied bouquet, it's good to have a sort of nice sturdy central stem to start with, so these are really good for that as well. So I'm just going to trim mine down slightly. As I say, I'm going to be doing a hand-tied bouquet arrangement for my vase, so I'm going to start with that as my centerpiece, and then I've got all these extra bits that I can use as well. So I'll just lay that down. Also got some lovely snowflake spray roses. So these are really nice. I get the long stem roses generally with all roses that I get, just because they're a stronger flower, they last longer, and just all round sort of better quality. As with all roses, they will have their guard petals on, and I think particularly on snowflake roses they can look quite brown, so I do tend to take my guard petals off. I just think it just gives a nicer, cleaner overall look, but it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to keep yours on or take them off. And as with all of our stems, we'll strip any leaves or anything that will fall below our water line. That helps keep the water nice and clean, and again sort of improves the longevity of your arrangement. So literally just running down here. The good thing with spray roses is they often haven't got thorns on them as well, so you can just strip them with your hand. You don't use stem strippers for those. Got a gorgeous pop of colour with these fabulous delphinium. So this variety is called Delphinium Donna, and they're this lovely royal blue colour. So again, I'm just going to strip any leaves that will fall below the waterline. And sometimes you get these little side shoots as well with these little buds on. They will open, so I'm going to just pull them off, put them to one side, because I can always pop them in a tiny vase beside the bed, or on your kitchen windowsill or somewhere like that. So yeah, as you see on this one, there's a couple of side shoots. So pull those off, strip your leaves, and we've got some Lysianthus. So as you know, I'm a big Lysianthus fan, and this variety is actually called Roseanne Brown, but it's this gorgeous dusky pink colour, and again with Lizzies you get some that are open, some that are in bud, and some that probably won't open, like these tiny ones won't open, but they do add extra interest in your arrangements. And again, I'm just going to split them down because we then get more, rather than a big clump of them in one place, we can spread them around more, and it just gives a nicer look, more natural look. Again, just strip any leaves that fall below the waterline. Just going to pull these side ones off. They're probably going to be a bit short, sorry, for our arrangement, so I'm going to put them to the side with my little delphinium buds, and use those elsewhere. Strip that one down. I'm prepping, I'm just literally popping everything together in a little pile, so all of the roses together, etc. Also got some limonium, so this lovely pink limonium, it adds some nice detail and movement to an arrangement, but it's also great because it dries. So if you are having Christmas wreaths or making your own Christmas table arrangements, these will dry and keep their colour, so they're perfect. You can spray them, you can glitter them, so they're nice and versatile. So I thought I'd pop some of those in as well, because they'll last really well. I know some of you have still got some things going from last month's delivery as well. So I'm just going to pull these side bits off, put them in my small stems pile. And you don't need to do anything in terms of drying them. You can literally just leave them out on the side, and they'll dry nicely. Foliage wise, you've got some pittosporum, so this is a variegated pittosporum. So we've got, and it works really nicely. I really love foliages, especially at this time of the year, because you can have actually a really nice arrangement that's just foliage. So you know, if you put the pitto with the skimmia, and if you put the baby blue eucalyptus in, that's almost like an arrangement in itself. So you've got a few stems of the pitto. Again, just going to strip anything that falls below the waterline. And then, as I mentioned, eucalyptus. So this is the very small round-leaved eucalyptus. It's called baby blue. This has got a small side shoot, so I'm going to take that one off, put it with my small stems pile. And again, just strip anything below the waterline. Your fingers will smell of eucalyptus, so if you've got blocked up nose, you get a double whammy there. I'm just going to pull a few of these side ones off. I'm going to leave that as it is because it's nice and full, so I don't need to break that down any further. That will work well in our arrangement. So that's all our flowers prepped, and now let's get to the fun bit of arranging them. So I'm going to start with my skimmia. So when we're doing a hand tied, it's as I said, it's great to have a straight central collection of blooms. It could be a few stems, but for this it's nice and sturdy. So I'm going to start with that as my central bloom, and I'm going to pop my Lisianthus in the middle. My limonium, sorry, in the middle of that. Sometimes limonium can have a bit of an odd smell to it. If it does, just give it a quick spray with Febreze, and that will get rid of the smell. Random tip there, random floristry tip. Now I'm going to take my eucalyptus and I'm going to lay it across. So I'm going to keep that straight and lay this across diagonally. So I'm going to lift my thumb and then place my thumb down. So this comes across diagonally. So if you're looking at a clock, I guess you'd be kind of aiming it at sort of 10 o'clock. And then come above your thumb, turn it halfway round. So in terms of the clock, you're now going, the bit you've just put in is now at 2 o'clock, essentially. And I'm going to take one of my spray roses. Again, lay that across a diagonal and turn. I'm going to pop another spray rose in, lay that across at the diagonal and turn. Now I'm going to pop a Lizzie in. So I'm not doing this in any particular order because I want it to look nice and natural. But most of the things you've got here are in threes. So if you want to work round, if you find it easier sort of working round in threes, and then you can kind of dot your other flowers in between your three. So you've got kind of here, for example, you've got your triangle of your pittosporum. You could lay your Lizzie across next in between those two pittosporum. Turn round. You've then got these two pittosporum, and you can lay your Lizzie across at the diagonal in between them, and turn again. You've got your one there, and lay that across. So that's sometimes when I'm showing people how to do a hand tie, that's sometimes an easier way to do it if you do it in threes. I'm now going to pop my other spray rose in and turn that round. I'm going to put my delphiniums in after I've put my bouquet into the vase, because what sometimes happens is if you've got longer stems and you put them near the outside, once you put them in the vase they fall outwards, whereas I want my delphiniums to be nice and upright around the centre. So I'm going to actually put those in last. I've got a few odd bits here of my skimmia, so I'm going to come around the outside edge with those, and that just adds some interest lower down. So obviously you've got your flowers at the top and the sides, and then it just adds a little bit of interest at this level if you pop in your remaining skimmia stems. There. So I think that is more or less, and what you'll see as you're going around is you'll get this spiral of stems. Now in terms of cutting, so this is what we call a binding point. This is kind of where, if I'm doing an aquapack bouquet or a bridal bouquet, I would tie it here with string. But for our arrangement we don't need to, but that's going to be where we cut in terms of the height of our vase. So that will be where our stems will sit at the top. So you see I've probably got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches to take off the bottom. So I'm going to cut them off. And it's always best, if you're not sure how much to cut off, it's always best to kind of just take a little bit off, because obviously you can always cut more off. You can't add it back on again, can you? So I'm just going to cut those. Handy to do this over a bin. And I'm going to just literally drop them into the vase. So as I let go, they will fall out to the sides. So it's looking nice and full, and you can tweak, you can pull things up and down. So I'm going to add in now, I'm going to add in my pop of blue with my delphinium. Because they have the flowers kind of a long way up the stem, I'd like to keep it quite high so that you get to actually see and enjoy those flowers. So I'm going to sit it quite high up, and come round, pop another one in. Like so, and then another one in round here. So I have done those sort of in a triangle of 3, and it just adds that nice pop of colour. As I said, you can add to it if you've got some foliage or flowers at home. You can add those in as well, but it just gives, this type of vase just gives a nice full look to your blooms. And that's that done, and then I've got left here in my bits and bobs pile, I've got all of this left. So these are just the bits that we've taken off that would ordinarily fall below the waterline, but we can still do things with them. So if you've got, for example, a little plant pot, I've got some pots in the window that are hanging china plant pots. And I've just put some Christmas foliage and flowers in them. So yeah, any container really that you've got will work for flowers and foliage. It doesn't have to be, you know, your traditional vase or anything like that. It can be a pot, a bowl. If you've got, something you pick up at the charity shop, anything really, any vessel that will hold water, you can pop flowers in essentially. So here I'm just doing a mini hand-tied bouquet here that I will just pop into a bud vase later. And we've got our little delphinium buds there as well. So it's just a nice sort of natural looking spray there that we can use. You could have a little bud vase with candles around it or next to it. I think we need. It's very wet and windy here today, so I think any coziness and warmth and light would be very welcome, I think, at the moment. So there, we just got a little, just a little one that I popped together there. So you can use, all of your all of your blooms that you get, you know, we don't really waste anything. Um, so there we go. That's this month's arrangement. I'll pop some photos of this in the group so you can see. And obviously, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's lots of alternative ideas on there as well in terms of design and displaying your flowers. So I hope that was helpful. Next month is obviously our December bouquet, so I'm planning for that one probably have some amaryllis and some pussy willow and probably some eucalyptus, so they will last sort of right the way over the Christmas period. But any questions, as always, or comments, then do let me know. So enjoy your flowers and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye now.